Welcome to another episode of Tech Talk, where we dive into the world of technology and explore the fascinating breakthroughs shaping our lives. I'm your host, and today we're going to have a conversation about something that I'm sure many of you have encountered: installing and updating software, specifically in the world of networking and routers. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me ask you this. How many of you have ever struggled with a software installation only to find that something went wrong? You're not alone. It's a common experience, especially when dealing with beta versions of software. So, what does it mean to be using a beta version? Essentially, it's a testing phase for software under active development. This means things can change from version to version, and sometimes things don't work as expected. It's like being part of a tech adventure. But to navigate these waters successfully, you need to know a few key things. For instance, did you know that if you encounter issues with your installation, having some technical knowledge can be incredibly beneficial? You might find yourself reaching out in a chat for feedback or assistance. And here's a pro tip. Whenever you update your router's software, remember to clear the loose CI cache. It's a simple step that can save you a lot of grief later on. Now, let's talk about configuration. It's crucial to check your settings after every update because configurations can change. Imagine setting everything up just the way you like it, only to have an update throw a wrench in your carefully crafted setup. Always make sure you have at least 15 megabytes of free space on your router before installation. Especially if you have older models, those with only 16 megabytes flash memory often aren't compatible and can cause frustration. When we kick off the installation process, DNS mask configurations get edited right away, which is something you might want to keep in mind if you're already using something like get domains. That's a potential conflict you'll want to resolve by uninstalling it beforehand. For those who are interested in installing something called podkop, the process is pretty straightforward. You can simply run a script from the command line, and voila! Just like that, you're on your way. But, and this is a key point, always refer to the documentation to ensure you're following the latest guidelines. You never know when things might change or when something might be outdated. All right, let's switch gears a bit. When it comes to future updates and improvements, there are always wishes and ideas floating around in the community. Some might be looking for better filtering options or ways to manage traffic through proxies and VPNs. There's even talk about how to handle the extra traffic sections efficiently. And speaking of efficiency, how about custom subnet handling? If you've dealt with networks, you know how critical proper subnet management is. It's about making sure your network runs smoothly and intelligently without hiccups. Now, as we wind down, the world of tech is always evolving, and so are our needs. There's a lot of exciting potential here, from upgrading functionalities to possibly implementing unit tests for better reliability. If you're listening to this and thinking, hey, I want to get involved, remember that collaboration often starts with questions and ideas. Don't hesitate to reach out. So as we wrap up today's discussion, remember the keys we covered. Always double-check your configuration post-update, clear that cache, and dive into the docs for all the latest enhancements. Thanks for tuning into Tech Talk. If you found today's conversation helpful or sparked some ideas for you, why not share this episode with a friend? Join us next time as we explore more fascinating tech topics. Until then, keep your network strong and your connections even stronger.